Hey George, it's French Barrel Friday. Robin and I just got back from doing the ferry. I figured we'd go over the boat here, show you where you're at. I just got done yesterday installing or plumbing and wiring up the new gas tanks. I think that went really great. It took some time to figure out exactly how we're going to block them in and everything. You can see forward and aft I glassed in blocks that are padded with foam to lock them in fore and aft. I put in some runners on the sides of them so that they make full contact all the way across the bottom. And then of course we have these rubber padded aluminum straps that go over the top, so the tanks are extremely well held in place there from that. And then like I said, we had to replace one hose there because of the different spot for the fills, but and we got a new fuel hose, but everything, all that stuff went on really nice. These tanks are set up really well, and you can see the wires leading up to the new wire run here. Rather than going through that hole in the wheelhouse, they run into the new run, and that's a fiberglass tube that's actually glassed in place out here and in the wheelhouse, and then all the wire runs and everything is led back to the outlet through that same wire run. That comes out in the wheelhouse right up here, so it's in a you know, you don't see it when you're actually operating the boat, and that will come up, and that is where the new fuse panel and all of that will be. And you can see we've got things totally torn apart in here, but a long ways towards getting ready to do the final wiring hookups. These are two dash pieces where all the old things were. I just cut that stuff right out, and then I make these black fiberglass panels. And these are what all your instruments and switches will go on. And those get screwed on there. It's a nice way to have it so that if things get changed out in the future, rather than having a bunch of holes and things like that, you just make a new one of these, put them all on there, and you're ready to go. This will be the bigger one here that goes there. I have that covered in tape, so I can do all the layout in pen on tape, make all the cuts, and then take it off when I'm ready to install everything. All of the equipment that's been put on up top, I've made this cutout here, which I could see that people had fought in the past with trying to make holes to be able to get nuts and bolts and all that. Instead, I just cut the whole thing out. I mounted everything so that the wires and the bolts come down through this spot. And then when we're all done, we'll take this piece of 1/2-inch starboard. This will go right up there. It will screw on. It will look very nice, and you'll have excellent access to all the stuff that's on top. Whenever you have a wheelhouse, everything wants to be running things that can be taken back off, no matter what kind of boat. So that's and you can see we've got the radar, GPS, the VHF, and the spotlight set up here. These are all completely installed. The mast here is a great mast. It goes together with gasket, so it's all dry, and you can take it right back apart without having to peel apart caulking and all that kind of thing. And the spotlight, I haven't completely, it's just down through a hole, not hooked up yet, but where there's a little bit of slope here, I'm just going to make a leveling block so that sits nice and flat. And I located that so you can get right at the handle from where you sit and drive. So everything's moving along pretty good. I'm going to get everything wrapped up before I tackle the bow. So that's going to happen last. I have all of your materials, all of the equipment bought and everything, and where we're at right now, with maybe $100 left in materials, we're at about $8,500 parts and labor. So we're getting there, and there'll be a push here at the end to get it done, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll have her off to Paul Bowden and in the water. I hope you're doing well, and we'll see you soon.